bullshit. Return to a state of play.
Well, that's very good advice. Return to retard max. The best thing that you could do is return to a state of play. That's true. There's a lot of that. There's a lot of that. Absolutely.
Oh, I think that is like it's a
wise man for a young fella.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying, like,
he's a jiu-jitsu guy. There you go. Look, he's getting his fucking blue belt there, or he's getting his purple belt. What is going on there? So is he getting his blue belt?
Yeah, it says purple.
Purple. Yeah, so they're taking his blue belt off and putting his purple belt on. Yeah, see, he's learning. He's a martial artist. That's why.
You think martial arts people are just more like spiritually connected to the truth?
I don't know if it's spiritually connected to the truth. It's forced down your fucking throat because you can't believe you're better than you are if you're getting mauled every day. And there's only one way. Like, this guy's on the path to becoming a jiu-jitsu black belt. He looks like a pretty big guy too. That'll help. But there's only one way to get a black belt in jiu-jitsu. You got to train jiu-jitsu all the time and get better at jiu-jitsu. You can't pretend you're better. There's a lot of people that write poems and they suck and they think they're so deep.
Yeah.
But there's poems
Meaning
suck.
like there's just a very simple objective measurement. That's
100%.
Yeah.
You either win or you lose. You either tap or you get tapped out. You either tap somebody or you get tapped out.
But can you get a black belt in some gym that's easier than a different gym or something like that?
Sort of, kind of, but not really. I mean, everybody's trying hard. I mean, there's definitely better gyms where they're more technical and their program is much more systematic and they're better at breaking down skills, like how to develop skills. There's definitely better gyms. There's better schools. There's better places to learn. But everywhere you learn, you're going to have a bunch of people that are trying hard. And you have a bunch of people that are trying to learn these. And also today, because of the internet, you could go on YouTube and there's thousands of tutorials breaking down new moves. Jiu-jitsu is like endlessly complex.
One of my kids has ADHD, and one of the things that was recommended to us was jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, what is ADHD, man? It's not even fucking real because I definitely have it. And I think
we all have it.
I think it's a superpower.
I think we all have it.
I think I do not focus well on things that I think are boring. But if you give me something that I love, I'll play pool for fucking 12 hours in a row.
It's crazy, but like the reason I got back into golf is my 7-year-old gets on the course and sometimes you can talk to him and he's not making, he's just like in his own world.
Exactly.
And then you start talking about chess or jiu-jitsu or whatever, and then we get him on the golf course and this kid is just dialed in.
Yeah, superpower.
And I'm like, holy shit.
And they say that that's a disease. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Because if you find a thing that kid loves, he's going to excel at it above and beyond most humans.
He does these chess classes, and like, look, he's 7. So I'm like, all right, motherfucker, bring it. Fucking destroy you. I'm going to fucking maul you. And we're playing last weekend, and he goes, oh, Dad, you can't castle out of check. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I know how this game works. And I go on to beat him. And I went to my wife and I'm like, he's 6 weeks away from beating me. And then I spent 2 days. I spent 2 fucking days on YouTube. And I was like, okay, I got to brush up on my openings. And oh my God, I don't have time for this shit. But I can't let this 7-year-old beat me. You know what I mean?
You're gonna have to.
And I was like, how do I stall this until maybe he's 10 or 11? Then it's like, okay, fine, you finally beat me. Congratulations.
You have to think of him as an extension of you and be happy when he does.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's just how it is. Look, if you're a man and you have a son, I have all daughters, but if I had a son, I would be legitimately terrified that he'd be able to tap me. Because if I had a son, one of the first things that I would do is get them. I got my kids involved in martial arts at an early age, but I didn't force them to keep doing it. They did it for a certain amount of time, and then they went on to do a bunch of other things that they enjoy better, which is fine. But I think it's good to learn some skills, learn how to defend yourself, so you're not completely lost. I think it's good for you. It's good to learn. It's good to develop confidence. But for boys, I think it's critical. Especially boys with my kind of DNA. I'm like, I think it's good to get that shit out of your system. But if I had a son, there'd be a certain point in time. I'm like, it's a matter of time before this motherfucker can kill me. It's like, I mean, I'm 58 years old. If I had a 20-year-old kid, like, he could probably kill me.
Kick your ass.
Probably fucking kill me.
He'd kick your ass.
Yeah. It's like, what am I going to do? There's nothing you can do. You just have to accept it and then hope your relationship with him is strong enough that he still respects you, even though he can kill you. Because it can't be entirely based. Look, there's a lot of martial arts instructors that are old and they're revered and respected, and nobody wants to try to hurt them.
Yeah.
Right? Because you realize if you learn enough, you get to a certain point in time, you realize like
I'm a much better dad to my sons than I am my daughters. And I mean this in the following way. My daughters have the run of the place, whatever they want. I'm in love with them. I don't love them. I'm in love with them. Whatever they need. Whatever,
right.
They can just
enamored by.
They're just like they can control me. They just kind of send me in one direction or another. I'm just like they're. I'm
By
like
the way, they know that too.
I'm enslaved by them.
Yes.
You know, and I just want their attention. Any small little shred, I'm like.
But with your son, you keep him in check.
Whereas like my sons, I'm doing everything that I think I'm supposed to be doing. Now the good news is my daughters are just different. Like they're girls. They're just so they don't need the same kind of like tough love ish.
Right.
You know. But then my boys reveal their characteristics in ways that really surprise me. And I'm just like, man, this is so fucking awesome. Parenting has been the best. Like when like slowing down and actually being in it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, fuck, this is amazing.
It is pretty amazing. And watching your kids get really good at things is really fascinating. It's fascinating.
I told you this story before, but like, my oldest son, this is my 17-year-old. It's just a great kid. He goes and he's like, okay, I'm applying for college. And I'm like, great, let me take you to the Naval Academy, West Point. Let me show you these service academies. And he sees those and he's like, these are incredible. But then he's like, I think I want to go to like, Georgetown or Vanderbilt or whatever. And I'm like, hey man, that's like just a bigger version of your high school. And whatever, if that's what you want to do, you do you. And, but I'll help you like kind of get to the starting line here, but you're on your own. And he had to get a job because I'm like, if you're going to get into these schools, you got to get a job. And so he tries to. Last summer, I just started fucking screaming at him, and I'm like, "You fucking louse! You haven't done anything." If this is at like another kid's at our son's birthday party, I scream at him. He starts crying. And I'm like, "You need to do more." Then my wife screams at him. He starts crying again. Then my ex-wife screams at him. He starts crying again. And he just goes, "I'm out of here." He walks out. Meanwhile, I start panicking, and I'm like, I got to tiger dad this situation. So I start texting a few friends trying to figure out, hey, can I, do you guys want to hire this kid? He's like really, he's a pretty smart kid, did all this stuff in robotics, yada, yada. One of them says, I'd be willing to interview him. I call him, and he's like, Dad, I got a job. I said, what do you mean you got a job? I said, I went around downtown, went to all these places, and I was in a McDonald's. And the woman was having a little bit of difficulty speaking English, so I just spoke to her in Spanish. I got the application. I sat down at the desk, and the guy having lunch beside me said, hey, I heard you needed a job, and I really like the way you talk to this woman. I'm the general manager of the car wash down the street. Come and work for me. And I said, well, what are you going to do? He goes, I'm going to go work there. And I said, okay, well, I got this other interview for you as well, so you should see maybe you can do both. Anyways, the end of the story is he did these two jobs. He worked at a robotics firm, but then he worked at a car wash. And when I tell you this story, I am so proud of this kid because of the car wash. Because that car wash thing, he would come home and he's like, man, you have no idea how people live. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, the stuff that I find in the trunk when I have to vacuum these cars and clean out the cars. And I'm like, bro, that is a gift. You have given a fucking gift. That is the thing that if you take with you, you'll be golden the rest of your life. Because all this other shit is all kind of manufactured. I help because I'm anxious, I'm insecure. Mm-hmm. But that shit you did on your own. And that thing is what people will fucking respect when push comes to shove.
It's also jobs that suck are really good for you.
So good. Yeah. I used to work at Burger King when I was 14. Man, let me tell you.
You were 14 and you had a job?
When my dad had to stay behind, like my dad was a diplomat in the embassy of Sri Lanka in Canada. This fucking war in Sri Lanka is crazy. He writes this essay. His life is threatened. So he files for refugee status. He gets it. He gets kicked out of the embassy. So he doesn't have a job. My mom becomes a housekeeper. And we're kind of toiling in this poverty cycle. So 14, I had to get a job. And I would take the money and, I buy the bus passes. I would buy some of the groceries. We just trying to make it all work, right? And I got a job at the Burger King. This is another example where I was like, I'm going to go get a job. Hey, can you drive me to the interview? And my dad's like, no. Get on your fucking bicycle and go. And I thought, bro, we need this, but you need the money more than I do. Why are you making me bicycle? But I bicycled. And I got the job, and I worked there. And I used to work the night shift. 14-year-old kid, man.
Wow.
From fucking 8 till 2 in the morning.
Wow.
And I would have to clean this, like 8 p.m. to 2 in the
Then
morning.
you had to go to school in the morning?
No, then this was always like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Wow.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then, some days I would have to go to school. And why did I work until 2? Because when the restaurant closes, you get whatever the food is left over, right? So like you get a couple chicken sandwiches, you get like the version of the McNuggets that Burger King had, a couple Whoppers, and you take them home. But the amount of vomit that I had to clean up in the bathroom, you can't imagine, man. A downtown Burger King near bars, after closing time, the shit you see.
Oh, wow.
And the shit you deal with. And all I